Dude, the summer 2025 season show deadline is in like 5 minutes.
Dude, what are we doing?
Hey guys, look what I found in the dumpster out back.
Well, that's great and all, but if it's not going to help us pick our next show, then it's kind of useless.
Well, if he is a fortune teller, we could ask him.
All right, well, let's try it out then. All right, I'm thinking Foo Fighters, Bruno Mars, Pearl Jam, Japanese Breakfast, and Alanis Morissette.
Okay, but what do all those artists have in common?
Zoltar says, tribute to bourbon and beyond.
That's actually a great idea. Okay, our kids like artists like Green Day, Muse, The Strokes, Radiohead. Put those together in a show.
Zoltar says, turn of the millennium rock.
I love it. Rock meets revolution.
I love it too. But you know, the thing that era's missing is an emphasis on the music video. So I'm thinking like Talking Heads, Duran Duran, the King himself, Michael Jackson, and then even some heavier stuff like Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses.
All right.
Zoltar, what do you have to say to that?
Zoltar says, MTV, the early years.
That's great, Zoltar. Speaking of those heavier bands, what if we had a show that outlined the evolution of heavy metal from Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, all the way to current bands like Gojira or Avenged Sevenfold?
Zoltar says, Hevolution.
You know, there's a label called Sub Pop that was like instrumental in promoting the grunge scene and the indie rock scene. So bands like Nirvana, Sonic Youth, The Shins, Modest Mouse, Dinosaur Jr., and even Fugazi. What would that show be called?
Zoltar says, Sub Pop. Duh.
I never would have thought of that.
Now we're cooking, boys.
Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. I could go for a hot dog. What if we did bands that had names related to food, like Korn, Blind Melon, the Cranberries, Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Zoltar says, Food Rock.
Okay, let's be serious. I think we need a tribute show to a band that's really fun, really high energy, but it's still going to be a challenge for anybody who signs up for it.
Zoltar says, Queen.
All right, we're close. I think we need a show that appeals to some of our like punk students, right? Something that incorporates new punk bands like Destroy Boys and Idols, and maybe even goes back to the 80s and 90s like NoFX and Rancid, and maybe even going all the way back to like the 70s with The Clash.
That sounds awesome, but I don't know if we're going to have enough room for everybody who wants to sign up for that.
Zoltar says, how about 2 punk shows?
Well, I guess that's it. That's our 2025 summer shows.
All right.
Thanks, Zoltar!
Zoltar says, you're welcome.